What's good, people? Happy Wednesday. Looks like the live is livin'. Alright, today, quick overview. We're going to get into a deal breakdown. We got a fun deal going on. Well, you could call it fun. But stream starting soon, looks cool. I'm going to pop on the cam. What's up? Good morning, y'all. Alright, so want to break down a deal today that I am working on with my team, and it's going to be a good deal to break down and discuss. It's been a good learning experience for us, so I know it can be for you as well. And then what I'm going to do after I break down the deal and kind of tell you what's going on is I'm going to call the seller live, and we are going to have to discuss a significant reduction in the price. Quick breakdown on the numbers. We are sitting at a contract price of $75,000. We've been marketing this to buyers in the area at $100,000 to $110,000 buyer price. And this is because we haven't gotten access to the property. We contracted this at the beginning of December. We just got inside yesterday and got a lockbox set up after a lot of prompting on my end, as well as that of my team. Took a lot to get us in there. We finally got in. We got a lockbox installed on the property, and the teammate who installed the lockbox also went and gathered some photos. I got the photos back this morning, and this whole time what has been communicated to my team and I is that this property needs like a mid-rehab. It's been vacant for a few years. There have been no updates done to it in 20 years. That's pretty standard. Just means we probably got to go in and do a full cosmetic rehab on everything, right? That's the understanding when we hear it's no updates, 20 years, been vacant for about 5, and they told us it is livable. Okay, so that's where we're going. We haven't seen it, no photos, no access until yesterday. And now everything's changed because we understand the truth. Sellers have been really hesitant to let us get access to the property. We thought that's because, actually, I don't know. We thought they got a different offer. They told us we got an offer at $95,000. I said, that's crazy, but we're under contract, so, I mean, it is what it is. Well, now we understand why they wouldn't let us in. And what I'm going to do, and hopefully this works, I'm going to throw up my dual cam on the second screen. I'm going to be sharing my screen, and I want to show you guys the photos. Cool. Looks like it's working. All right. This is what we're working with, chat. This is the livable property that just needs a little bit of rehab, right? Roof looks a little rough. Garage looks a little rough. Yeah, okay. Definitely got to replace that garage. That's not too bad. What the fuck is that? Livable? Sir? We've got holes in the roof. When you say livable, did you mean that people can come inside the property and set up a tent and then sleep in the tent? Because most people I know don't like to sleep in their house and get rained on while they're sleeping. There's going to be a couple photos where the seller's in there. We'll skip through it quickly, but I just want you guys to get a scope of what the hell is going on in here and what I woke up to this morning in the photo drive. I mean, this might be the most atrocious property that we have ever had under contract, straight up. This is not livable in any way. I'm surprised this property hasn't been condemned by the city. I don't know what's going on here or why this person thinks that this is livable. They told us it's just been a storage facility for us. Basically, we're just storing some belongings in there. No, you're not, sir. No, you're not. Nothing's being stored in there, and if it was, it's destroyed because it's been rained on for who knows how long. This is the fullest gut that I've ever seen, right? And everything needs to be redone. That's new roof. We got to tear apart every wall, new drywall, new windows, new everything. Just straight up full gut renovation, interior and exterior. This is a nightmare. And then we get out into the back and you can see the holes. Just wow, what are we doing, right? And then let me go to this other one. You see the chimney literally falling over. I don't think there is anything good about this property aside from The neighborhood. The neighborhood is nice. It's a good location. It's a good market, right? So that's what we're working with. Contract price right now is 75,000. The estimated rehab we were initially thinking was somewhere around about 30K, I believe. And I'm gonna say that, and you're gonna be like, "What are you doing, bro?" Well, all we can do is go off of the information that we are provided by the sellers until we actually get access and see what's going on inside ourselves. And so that would be the reason we were where we're at. The initial assumption was rehab was going to be somewhere between $20,000 to $30,000. Now that has significantly jumped. We're thinking minimum 60, could get upwards of 70 to 75,000, depending on level of rehab and what types of finishes are being used on the flip. All right, so that's where we're at. Now the next phase is what I'm going to do is call these sellers live, and we're going to talk to them about it. And I need to be, instead of 75,000, at about 40,000 cash here in order to give our buyers enough room to come in and do the rehab they need to do, spend $60,000 to $70,000, and still be able to pull about a $30,000 to $40,000 fee on the back end once they list this with a realtor and sell it on the market. All right, so I'm not going to use addresses, and I won't use any last names or any cities or anything. I'm just going to use first names, and we are going to see how this conversation goes. One of our buyers drove past it this morning, sent us photos, and was like, "Yeah, man, brother, this is looking really rough." And we like to be fully transparent with our buyers, so we told him, "Yes, sir, it is. We just got our photos back last night, or this morning, as a matter of fact, as well. We just went over them in the team meeting. It is atrocious. Atrocious. So, let's see how they take it. I don't know how it's going to go, but now I think I understand why they didn't want us to get in the property. Let's see. And yeah, this one's interesting too. Our admin locked this up. She's been working with these sellers for, I think, 4 years. She's been nurturing this. For 4 years, these people have been telling her that this is a mid rehab and that this is a livable property. And for the entirety of that 4 years, I know they knew this was the condition. So we're going to give them a call, and we're just going to talk about it. Fully professional, fully respectful, but we just got to hit them with the data and see if we can find some way to work together on this. So I'm going to put this on speaker. You should be able to hear it. This is the first call I've made on my new setup, so let me know in the chat if you can't hear anything.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hello?
Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. But please leave me a brief message.
All right. No answer. What do we do, chat? We're going to double dial them.
This call will be recorded for quality purposes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, is this Helen?
Yes.
Hi, Helen. Good morning. This is Jordan. How you doing?
I'm good, Jordan. Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Before this conversation get any further, did you record that conversation that we had last time?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're not aware of it.
Okay. I mean, before every call that comes through our phones, it does say that the call is recorded. Um,
No, sir, it did not say that.
I, okay. I mean, I can happily and no problem turn the recording off if you guys prefer that. I have no problem with that.
I just want to be aware of them being recorded.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the system is set up. When the phone call starts, it plays a message that says this phone call is being recorded. And yeah, I mean, that's not a requirement. If you guys don't want it to be recorded, no problem. We can turn off the recording.
Oh, okay. No problem. I just want to be aware of it. That's my only thing.
Yes, ma'am,
And
100%. And if you didn't hear the recording, I can check into that on our system because in no way would we ever do anything dishonest like that and try to record you by secret. You know how I like to operate is full transparency here. So you guys just let me know what you need to be comfortable, and we'll make sure we do that for you. Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. Do you have just a couple of minutes to talk?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So, I just wanted to give you guys a call today and just have a little bit of a discussion since we got in the property yesterday. First of all, thank you very much for meeting us there. I know you guys had to work your schedule around, and that was very helpful for my team and I. So, I thank you guys for taking the time to get us in there. And what I wanted to call and talk to you guys about today is just the property itself and just kind of have a discussion on what we saw. So I just looked over the photos this morning. I got them sent to me from our team member, and I just wanted to talk about the state that the property is in. Based on all of the notes that we have and the discussions that we've had and the discussions that Jam has told me that you guys have had about the property, our understanding was that the renovation and the rehab that was going to be required here would be more or less, we knew we had things to do. We knew the property hadn't been updated in about 20 years and it had been vacant for a while. But we were under the impression that the property was livable. And based on the photos I saw this morning, I mean, just to be transparent with you, that is not an inhabitable property. That with the amount of holes that are just in the roof. And so I just wanted to call and ask you guys, my main question, I just want to know how long the holes have been in the roof and like how long the water has been able to get inside the property. The reason I'm curious about that is that's just going to let me know the extent of the repair that we're going to need to do in terms of water damage.
So, I think probably about 14 or 15 years, I guess.
So the holes have been in the roof for about 14, 15 years?
Somewhere around there.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And so here's where my concern is with that. Water is one of the biggest enemies when we think about damage to houses. Really, it's like termites are really bad, mold is really bad, and water is right there in that same category. And that's really because with water, especially over an extended period of time, usually comes mold. So looking at these photos, to be transparent with you, we're going to have to come in. This is going to be a full gut renovation, and we are going to have to redo everything in this property. We're going to have to tear the roof off, replace the roof. We're going to have to get into every wall. We might have to go in and redo the electrical and the plumbing depending on if there's been erosion from the water damage from the holes in the roof. The cleanup is going to be the easy part. It's going to get messy when we have to get into the walls and just redo everything. From the exterior in the back, I see that the chimney is sloping and falling over, so we're going to have to redo that. Realistically, to just be fully transparent with you guys, everything at this property is going to need to be fully renovated from the ground up. So we're not running away from the project. We do work with projects at this severity. But that being said, we need to have a discussion about the price of the property in this case. If I didn't need to come in and do a full gut and redo everything, if there were no holes in the roof, I do think where we're at is right where we need to be in terms of price. I think you had mentioned to Jam around the end of December that somebody else gave you guys an offer around 90 to 95,000.
No, we did not.
Okay.
No, we did not.
Okay, no, that wasn't
That was not true.
Okay, okay.
That's why you filed that, but it was not true.
Yes, ma'am. Understood. Okay, so
Let me tell you what I told her.
mm-hmm.
I told her that with the previous company she was with, we got a letter stating that she was no longer with them. And if we were still interested in selling the property, who to get in touch with.
Okay.
That's what I told her.
Okay.
So that's why you filed that form. She didn't tell you the truth on that one.
Understood. And Helen, I appreciate the transparency. We're all human here, so sometimes wires of communication are going to get crossed. But I appreciate you letting me know that. So, just the reason I brought that up was not to get into any argument or contention or anything like that. I just wanted to express anywhere from 75 to 90,000 is a great price for this property if it is in decent condition. But as soon as we went and walked it and our partners walked it and saw what's going on, it just kind of changes the scope. And that's only because of how much we have to spend to get it in the condition that we need it to be so that we can list it on the MLS and then sell it to a family, right? Because this is going to be a good family home, but we need to make sure it is fit for a family to live in. So to cut right to the... What's that, Helen? I'm sorry?
What's the bottom line? What's the bottom line?
Yes,
what are you
ma'am.
looking at?
So here's what I'm thinking. Initially, I was thinking the repair was going to cost us anywhere from about 25 to 30,000. And that was with me going in and using some higher end finishes and making it look really nice in there. With the holes in the roof and the damage that we're going to have to repair as well. And then when we have to get into the walls to do the electrical and plumbing and work on the mechanicals, I think my rehab budget went up to about 65,000 to 70,000. So with that being said, in order for this to work for us, I'm going to need to be around the price of 40 to 50,000 cash on this for you guys. You still there with me, Helen?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. So listen, if you guys want to tell me to go jump off a cliff, I understand completely, and I want you to know from me to you, it is all respect. And I hope you guys can get accomplished what you need to here with this property, but based on what we've seen and how much we'll have to spend, that's just kind of where we're at and what I can do for you guys. And I would love to work together to find a way to make this work for you guys as well as for us.
Okay, we will need to probably talk with our children about that,
Okay.
as well as each other.
Yes, ma'am.
But what I'm going to ask up front is, if we say no, what does that leave us as far as selling the property in the future?
That's a good question, Helen, and I'll just be straight up transparent with you. If you guys say no to the price I need to be at, how that looks between you and I is we'll just terminate the agreement. And that totally frees you guys up to do anything you want with the property moving forward. You can go and talk to anybody, and whatever anybody else is willing to pay you guys for it, you guys can do that. And if you guys go that route, like I said, it's all respect from me. And I really hope you can find somebody who can give you what you guys need here for the property. I understand there's a lot of sentimentality here with this home. And I appreciate all of that. So if we can't come to an agreement on this price, given the increase in the repair cost, I will just politely and respectfully shake your guys' hand and wish you guys well moving forward. We'll terminate our agreement, which will free up the property with the title companies and the county, and then I'll even extend a hand to you guys if there's anything I can do moving forward to help you. I'm willing to do that, but in order for my company and my partners to take this down and close around the beginning of February, that is the price that we'll need to be at, around 40 to 50,000.
So there's no other wiggle room, like maybe 55.
I think I might be able to make that work if that's where you guys think you can consider it. What I'll do is we can give each other the afternoon or the day. You guys can discuss it between yourselves, and then if you need to reach out to your children, as you said, I think that's a great thing for you to do, to get some opinions, and then that'll give me some time to go in and get really granular on my numbers, and I'll speak with my contractors, and we'll see if we can make it work at 55,000. If you guys can make it work there, and that's the best you can do, I will go to bat for you and do everything I can to meet you guys at that price, and we'll see if we can come to an agreement there. Is that fair?
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, Helen and John, if you can hear me, I really appreciate you guys. I thank you for picking up and just at least allowing me to have this conversation with you. I know it's not the most exciting news, but just know that I'm here to do anything I can to make this work with you guys. And moving forward, if we can't come to an agreement, I will just wish you guys the best, and I will offer and provide any support that I can while you guys move forward.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. You take care. We'll talk to you soon.
You have a blessed day.
You too. Blessings.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, chat, I gotta be honest with you. That did not go as bad as I thought it would go. I thought they were gonna yell at me. We've had a couple dicey conversations. Not dicey, like it was all respectful, but there was just a lot of friction with us getting our team inside of there and trying to get access to the property. And now I just fully understand why that was happening. I did think there was another offer at a higher price, and so what we did is we filed a memorandum. What you could do in the wholesaling industry, if you have a property under contract and other buyers or investors, wholesalers are making offers above your contract price, to protect your ability to close and protect your contract, you file a memorandum with the county that just prevents anybody from closing because you have the contract first. So now I understand that that wasn't the case, and what the real pain and worry and concern was on the side of the seller is that they knew there's gaping holes in the roof for 15 years. There's just been rain pouring down for 15 years. It's absolutely insane, but it seems like they're reasonable, and they seem to understand why I came at where I came at them from. And I think because I just stayed calm and factual, they were able to listen without their egos or their defenses getting raised, which just allowed us to talk about it. At the end of the day, listen, if it doesn't work here, it doesn't work. We'll shake hands and go our separate ways. But it sounds like they might be willing to come down $20,000 on their price, which gives me an extra $20,000 in my repair budget, which might get me to where I need to be. Running some quick numbers. If ARV is 190, which I think it is, and repairs are going to cost me $66,000, holding and closing costs for the buyer will come in right around $22,000. Our wholesale fee will be $15,000, and the profit percentage for the buyer on the flip after they list it and sell it puts about $30,000 to $35,000 of profit in the pocket of the flipper. So all in all, it's not a home run. Nobody's buying mansions off of this deal, right? But I do think it's workable even at $55,000. And to explain my mentality and the psychology behind where I hit them with the offer, 40,000. Like if they would have said yes to 40,000, I mean that's a big spread for us, even with the increased repair cost. I hit them with the $40,000 to $50,000 anchor, which caused them to land at 55,000, which is just about exactly where I needed them to land at the end of it. So all in all, I think that actually went really well, and we'll follow up with them probably this evening. I'm going to shoot them a text to see if they've had enough time to think about everything, and what I'll do is I'll set the cadence with them, and we'll do a follow-up call tomorrow morning, and we'll have the final conversation like, hey, can we do this at 55? If so, we'll send an amendment. We'll get the price reduced. We'll lock it in, and then we'll continue working with our buyers on the back end to get this locked in. I think we have an offer on the table, sight unseen offer that was around 70,000. So we'll continue working with our buyers on this and just see if it can work. The most important lever was that the seller's open to a price reduction in light of the damage, and it seems like they were. So yeah, that was good. I'm glad I popped on here and did that live. Thought it was gonna get weird at first when she was like, yo, are these calls recorded? And I was like, yeah, they are. My system says that. I know they're a little bit older, so they might not have caught the recording message, but all in all, I'm stoked on how that went. I think we're gonna be able to make that work. We're gonna manifest that, and yeah, that was cool. So 11:15, it's lunchtime. About 30 minutes here on this live. I'm gonna pop off, get back into the team Discord, update the team on how that conversation went. We'll let the Dispo manager know. That's Dispo Timo right here. I think he does know how it went, so we'll go ahead and we'll reach out to the buyers and kind of let them know where we're at, let them know what our goal and our plan is in terms of getting the price reduction, set the cadence with them as to when we will have that answer from the seller, and then we will take things from there. If we get the amendment signed, we will get the final offers out of our buyer, and if it's anywhere where we need it to be, we will move forward and get this thing closed around the first week of February. So chat, much love to you. Have an awesome rest of your Wednesday. I'll be back live probably tomorrow, and for sure on Friday. My goal is to hit 3 lives a week. It's been a busy front half of the week. There's a lot moving. We got a few deals under contract in the past few days with our acquisitions manager, who's popped onto the team as of last Monday, and he's absolutely killing it. Newly's keeping us flushed with fire leads. Fuse AI, our CRM, is insane. Our AI bot is just talking with sellers every day, setting up offer call appointments for our acquisitions team. So we're firing all cylinders, and we'll get this one across the finish line, and we will update you guys all the way along the journey. Thanks for watching. Wealthy Nerd, out.